Hi guys! Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I go by Amber Me, and if this is your first time, welcome. I do invite you to subscribe to this channel, and then I also will ask for you to go over to my Instagram and follow me there as well. My Instagram handle is Amber__me, M-I-I, and I just thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today, and I hope you enjoy this video. I tricked you guys a little bit with the title. I will be speaking about the differences that I have experienced from male attention when I was bigger, aka when I was fat, I was morbidly obese, and now that I am a little skinny mini. No, I'm not skinny at all. I'm kidding. But I do want to tell you guys the differences that I have received, and is it true? My perspective and my opinion on if I think it's true, whether or not guys like big girls. So if you are interested in this video, keep on watching. Just to put a disclaimer out there, I am in no way saying that men only like small women. I am not saying that men do not like bigger women. I just wanted to share my experiences for all that I've gone through as far as the male attention, both when I was bigger and now that I am smaller. And I hope that you enjoy some stories that I have for you. Go grab some popcorn, some tea, and we're going to get to talking and telling you guys all about my little stories and things that I've gone through. I used to be 285 pounds. All my entire life, I was a bigger girl, but I have always liked the boys. And I remember having a crush when I was 5. I don't know if that's normal or not, but I definitely had a crush. Uh, and I liked this boy so much. I used to follow him on the playground, but this boy did not want me, okay? He wanted my cousin. He wanted my smaller cousin. And I remember me and her, we used to argue, not argue, but like play argue while singing The Boy Is Mine, Monica and Brandy. And we used to sing over this boy all the time. Every time we got together, every week, we would sing this song and battle each other, and our family would hype us up and be like, no, he wants you. No, he wants you. And it is just so funny to me now that I think back on it. But I really like this guy, and I think that that was the very first crush that I had. And so rejection started early. And I honestly think that he may have liked me. I just think that, and we grew up together. So we went through elementary school together and we went through middle school together. And I think that we always liked each other, but I don't think that his ego could let him be with me. I think that he be my little puppy love boyfriend. I think that he was more caring about what his friends thought of him. So he went to what he knew, which was acceptable, and he went with my cousin. My cousin was small. She had real pretty long hair. And but it hurt my feelings that he did not like me. And I remember just all his friends used to just call me a pig. They used to call me Porky Pig. And we would always run track together and do all of these school activities, dodgeball, etc. together. And they will always tell me like, dang, you got the speed, but you can't keep it up. You can't keep it up. And because I would get winded really fast, like I would burst with energy and then I would get winded. And it was embarrassing because all the little kids had crushes. Everybody on the playground had crushes. They had little boyfriends, little girlfriends. Again, maybe it's something that we shouldn't have even been thinking about. But this is just kid stuff. I'm sure that we've all gone through it. And I really wanted to have a crush. I wanted to be that girl that had the little school boo like everyone else had. So that was my first sign of rejection was that he did not like me, or he could not be with me. And so moving on, I didn't really talk to anyone else in elementary school. Thank God. I should not have been thinking about boys anyway. So let's just move on to middle school. In middle school, I had my first kiss in 7th grade, and I remember being so thirst balls that I went to this guy's house. I literally walked 36 blocks, 36 blocks to kiss this boy who, I don't know if he liked me or not. I really don't. But he kissed me, so I'm gonna assume that he liked me. I don't know. I don't know. But it just shows you my mindset, and I felt so rejected from other guys that it's like, okay, I'm 14. I need to get my kiss. Well, I was 13. I'm like, I need to get my kiss. I'm the only girl who probably has never experienced a first kiss before. I need to get this boy. So we was texting, and he told me, so I had to be 14 because that's when I got my first cell phone. But anyway, we were texting, and he was like, yeah, come get the kiss. And so I hiked my ass 36 blocks to go get this kiss. And when we got there, it was, well, when I got there, it was very quick. He literally came to the door. He told me to go to the back door. And then we pecked, and I walked my ass 36 blocks back home. Yeah, I honestly, I have no idea what the hell was wrong with me, other than I just really wanted to have some sort of affection. I was being rejected all in elementary school, the only girl without the boo, and then everybody, you know, calling me fat. All the boys called me fat. I was fat, Porky Pig, Amber, and no one was looking at me in that way. And as you get older, hormones and, you know, everything else, you're wanting to have that affection from the opposite sex. So I, like I said, went and got the kiss. When we got to school, then after we kissed, we were supposed to be like boyfriend, girlfriend. And we rode the same bus. And so when we were on the bus, we used to like make out, and like, I know, I was fast, I guess, but we were like used to make out in the back of the bus, especially COC nighttime. We was, yeah, always making out, and we were supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. We were in band together as well, and so when we would go to band, I would be flirting with him, and he used to be like, no, no, we got to keep this on a DL, we got to keep it on a DL. And I'm just like, why? Like, why can't we tell people that we're together? And he used to tell his other friends, our other bandmates, that he couldn't tell people that he was with me because I was fat. And I'm just like, if we like each other, we like each other. It doesn't matter what size I am. And he did not care. He was like, no, because he had other girlfriends as well. He was really, really cute. I stayed with a cute one, I'll say that. And other girls liked him, and he had other girlfriends, plenty of them. And I was just one of the 100, but I was probably the only one that he did not claim. And so he would tell the bandmates, like, nope, I don't go with her, I don't talk to her. And it really broke my heart, and to the point where I was mad at him and I didn't speak to him. And so then all of a sudden, in front of everyone, he was like, okay, fine, Shell, because my middle name is Michelle. He's like, okay, fine, Shell, we go together, we go together. And are you happy? And I'm like, no, I'm not happy. In my head, I'm like, no, I'm not happy. It just took me to go through all of this for you to acknowledge me, but you are so easy to claim your other 100 girlfriends. And so after that happened, literally 5 seconds after he said this in front of everyone, he was like, well, no, I take it back now. Now we're not together. You're lost. You're lost. You should have said something. You should have said something. So anyway, I was horrified. Whatever. He clearly, like I said, he did not want to be with me. I am just trying to go through some little petty, you know, insecurities of what kind of caused my insecurity with men as I got older, and as I got bigger. And there was another guy in our band class that I really liked. And he flat out told me, like, look, you're super cute, but you're big and I don't date big girls. And he was 2 years older than me, so he had graduated by the time I started with the first kiss guy. But that really hurt my feelings as well. People are always hurting my feelings. Why? I don't know. I am sensitive too, so I just think that it, it was a mixture of things, and I just always felt rejected when it came to men, so I never had the confidence to kind of walk around them with my head held high. Just even getting older and moving into high school, we always did things like we always went to the movies every weekend after the basketball game, or we obviously started to go to more parties, house parties. And I just remember always being like the sidekick to the other girls. Like the other girls will be teamed up with a boy. So it'd be like boyfriend, girlfriend. And then I'll be like the odd one out. And I remember we used to, now I don't, let me take that back. I don't think that I was that fast, because some things that my friends did, they were fast, okay? So I don't know if I was fast, but like we used to take trips to dudes' houses, and I would be the only one without a man, or without a boy, excuse me, without a boyfriend, or without a significant other, or a person. You know, I wasn't coupled up. So, anywho, I never understood why, because people stayed telling me that I was pretty, but I guess it was just my weight. And I remember one of our classmates, one of me and my friend's classmates, had flat out told me, he was like, I think that you are prettier than your friend, but you're fat and she has the body. So all of us is going to want to talk to her. They're not going to want to talk to you. And it hurt and it sucked and I didn't understand it, but I knew what they meant. I get it. Like I wasn't appeasing to the eye. Like I get it. I get it. And I used to try to do things to take the take the looks off of my size. So like I used to wear makeup a lot. I used to dye my hair all different types of colors, red, purple, blonde. I used to just try to do whatever it took to get me to look softer, prettier, more attractive, so that someone could talk to me. And I would say, yeah, I probably had daddy issues. Obviously, my dad was in my life, and he still is in my life. But there was just a lot of family drama there on that end. It wasn't like my dad lived with us, so it was just a lot. And I think that that definitely played a part in it, especially because every time that I saw my dad always, how many sit-ups did you do, how many crunches did you do today, how many, it was always, it was always a, I could be better, instead of you're beautiful. And so that may have played a part into it. But I just felt like I was always working for someone's satisfaction. I was always trying to please someone, whether if it was my dad, or the boy on the bus, or the boy down the street. It was like it came so easy for my friends that I just didn't understand why it wasn't the same for me. I remember for one Halloween, me and a group of girls, we dressed up as the Bratz dolls. And while we were walking for trick-or-treating, we came across a group of guys. And it was three of them. It was four of us, three of them. And my my friend's cousin got picked first, and then she got picked second, and then the last guy, it was like he was thinking like, it was between me and another friend, and he was just, I'm trying to get you guys to understand the difference of our looks. She was darker skinned, but I was fat, she was small. And she was beautiful. All my friends, I stayed with some fine friends, okay? So she was beautiful, no doubt about it. But he sat there and he was thinking like literally he put his finger up on his face and was like, I choose you, and like pointed to my friend. So I was the only one again without a man. And when I say man, I mean like a person, a second person. And then I just remember when we were walking away, and one of the guys were like, "Yeah, bro, she just fat though. Like she just fat." So, and I'm just like, damn, I'm just so sick of me being fat being like the reason that these guys are not talking to me. It's like, can you come up with something else? You know, can you chat with me? Can you see what I'm about? Can you see my personality? Anything other than you just backing off because I'm big. Anywho, so then another situation that would happen is when I would go to Walmart, and I would go to Walmart, and literally as I'm walking up, people would be like, "Damn, if she wasn't fat, she'll be fine, bro. If she wasn't fat." Oh my gosh, I remember I even went to I have one time with my son, and this guy now, I definitely wasn't dialed up. Okay, this was early in the morning, and I remember I'll be honest, when I was bigger, my highest was 285. When I was that big, I did not care about my appearance. Like I felt as if I'm already big, I don't need to try to be cute. And I know that that doesn't make any sense, but because I was so unhappy with my weight, it reflected in my appearance and the way that I portray myself. So I never got dialed up. I definitely wasn't dialed up this day. I had an oversized coat. Actually, I think the coat may have fit, but it just looked huge on me. It was a 3X Walmart coat. So you guys know how them coats look. And it wasn't like a cute long coat. It kind of stopped at the knees. And so if you're thinking about this big old coat, or like this big upper body and then like my little legs. So I did look unproportioned. His comment was, "Dang, she sloppy than a bee." And I'm like, dang, why are you saying this? One, in front of my kid, and then two, like, why can't people just keep their comments to themselves? If they do not like what they see, why can't you just be quiet and keep it moving? And then other stuff would happen. Like I remember walking home from school in high school. I used to catch a city bus a lot when I would stay after school. And just even walking home from school, you would have some guys that would try to talk to you, and you would turn them down, especially me. I had no confidence. I don't want anybody trying to talk to me. Nobody at all, because in my head, there's no way that you could like me. Um, all you're gonna do is play around. I don't got time. There's just no way. So I would reject them, and they'll, as you're walking away, you know, men get mad, honey. When you reject a man and they, you know, hurt their ego, they'll get mad, honey. And so he was like, and this happened often. It wasn't just one particular person. This happened multiple times throughout my life. Well, you fat anyway with your fat ass, or you're fat. Da, 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 da. It was always something. Always something. You just could never just be like, "Oh, cool. You don't want to talk to me? Cool, fine. I see how it is," and leave it at that. But you gotta go to calling me out my name. And me being fat was definitely my sore spot. Everyone has a sore spot. Like if you say this certain thing, it triggers a influx of emotions, and me being fat triggered that for me. So because I have been talked about by so many men, and if you guys check out my weight loss video, you will see that I told a story in there about middle school and the basketball team. And it's just, I've always been talked about by men about my weight, and in particular black men have always down me about my weight, and it has always weighed heavy on my mind, weighed heavy in my heart. And it just made me very defensive and very bitter and very mad and angry. And I can be honest and say that even now, when guys try to talk to me, I don't know who is genuine and who is not genuine. So I'm not going to say right this second, but as I started to lose weight from last year, when men would try to talk to me, I would probably hold some sort of disdain to talking back to them. Maybe I had an attitude. Maybe because I just wasn't happy. And plus, I'm so tired of people always talking about me. I don't know if you gonna talk about me 2 seconds later if I'm not interested in you or what. So I'd rather just not even say anything to you or have this attitude so that you can hopefully stop talking to me. But moving on, now let's talk about how I'm treated now. So before, you couldn't even pay someone to freaking look in my direction. Everywhere I went, I have never been talked to, honestly. I would say maybe I will get talked to at like a gas station. That's typically where I used to get picked up at. But like the mall, the store, basketball games, in my adult life, nope, nobody at all would ever try to talk to me as a big girl. And now I cannot leave the house without people coming on to me. And it's so amazingly different. And when I say amazingly, it's shocking how different the perspective is now when I leave the house or when I walk into a room or when I go into a store. It is complete night and day, honey. All I can do right now during COVID-19 really is go to Walmart. That's pretty much where I go. Obviously, I go to other grocery stores or other drugstores as well. But Walmart is typically my go-to. And I'm typically cute. I'm typically dialed up like now. So I get a lot of attention, a lot of attention. I would just walk from my car. You have men offering to carry my cart, offering to grab me a cart, offering to help me put my things in the car, offering to help me lift something off of the shelf in the store. I've never had that happen to me. I've never been offered help, not even from my damn ex-husband. Okay, he would look and see me struggling, he wouldn't even help. Like, I would never receive the amount of kindness that I receive now. And when I walk out my house, just the hi, how you doing, you look good today, you I've been living in the same apartment complex for going on 3 years. I have never walked out of this house ever and had anyone ever say anything to me, ask me how I'm doing. And same neighbors, same exact neighbors, ask me how I'm doing, moving. Some people even thought I was new. They were like, "Oh, you new here? You just moved in?" No, I've been here for 3 years. And oh, you're the one with the little boy. Yes, that's me. I'm the one with the little boy. And then typically you would get, oh, you lost so much weight. You look so good. And thank you. You know, that's kind and everything. But I just don't want to be treated differently. I want you to keep that same energy that you had when I was big. And for whatever reason that you didn't speak to me when I was big, don't speak to me now. And the same thing for me goes with guys, especially the guys who I liked and I tried to talk to before. Don't try to talk to me now. I don't want to talk to you. I want new things, okay? And even my ex-husband, I just remember every time we would get into an argument, he would say things like, that's why you need to lose some weight. And it used to hurt me. And I'm laughing now because it's funny, but then it truly hurt me. And I just didn't understand like how he could hit below the belt. But now you know how fine you are? You know how I still am the same woman you married. nothing has changed but my weight loss, and now I'm fine. Okay. So it's just interesting. It's interesting how things change once you lose weight. And yes, I expect to get attention, especially because I dial myself up when I walk out the house. Um, so yes, I expect to get some sort of attention, but I would much rather appreciate it if you would not speak to me if I was 300 pounds. Don't speak to me now, because I'm still the same person, like personality wise, than that I was then. And just because I may look different on the outside, like I'm still the same person on the inside. So if you didn't give me the time of day then don't give me the time of day now. So do I feel that men won't date a bigger woman? I don't know. I honestly don't know. From my experience, in my life, I do not think that the guys who I tried to be with, who I crushed on, would be with a big woman. I think that from my experience, men prefer smaller women, and it could just be the guys who are in my community. I've lived kind of in the same blocks my entire life, the same county, in my city, my entire life. So I haven't even put myself out there to see what else is out there. So maybe not, maybe I'm looking in the wrong places, and or I was looking in the wrong places, and so I couldn't get a man that way. And now maybe it's just easier because I'm older. I have confidence now, and my life has changed. The dynamic of my life has changed, which allows different men to come into my life, or different opportunities to come into my life. So I don't know. That's a great question. Well, what I can say is that being a bigger woman my entire life, I have definitely been treated differently now, than I was treated then. And it's truly night and day. And sometimes I literally get shocked by the amount of attention that I'm receiving when I go into a party, having guys come up to me or swarm me, want to speak to me, want to talk to me. It's so interesting. It's so interesting. I'm a little uncomfortable sometimes because I'm just not used to the feeling. I'm not used to the attention. And so to each his own with your feelings towards this topic. Um, but I just wanted to share with you guys some stories that I've been through, some crazy stories that I've been through. I know I'm such a mess. Um, but yeah, it's a journey. It's a great word to say. It's a journey, and I'm just glad that I'm on the ride. So, if you haven't already, check out my weight loss video. I think that my next video is going to be discussing my VSG. Maybe, I don't even know if I really want to talk about that, but it may be discussing my VSG, or maybe it'll just be a little tip video for people who have VSG, of things I did to kind of lose the weight and to keep it off, or maybe I don't know. But stay tuned for the next video, and until next time, bye.